for innovative green energy solutions? Yeah, we certainly do. Not only are our products green, hopefully you've all seen our products. They're a nice bright green, but we've from 2011 we've had well, at that time it was the largest solar power farm in the whole of Vienna. So it's on our rooftop. That allows us to save energy, but it also allows us, more importantly, now summer's quickly coming up, we'll be able to have the cooling on in our building. The AC will be able to be used, but also it provides heating in the winter time as well. But apart from that, as I say, we manufacture a lot of products for the renewable energy industry. So for wind power, for solar, for biomass, and also for heat pumps. But a little bit more about that later. Yeah, that's where we fit into the green energy solutions. Okay, so what can you get from Tele? Short overview of our products and the range. You guys may know us for the E1ZM10 multifunction timer, which is sold very well across Ireland, and also the E1ZNT, which is also known as a central test unit, but that's only 2 products. We have a wide range of about 450 products in our portfolio. Yeah, we are known for timing relays, but we really do specialize in monitoring relays. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So our portfolio is monitoring relays, we have timing relays, we have power monitors, which are also known as load monitors in the UK and Ireland. We do grid and system protection devices, so a little bit more about that later as well. We have a range of switching relays and bases, and complementary products such as power supplies, power meters, things like that. So we have a large portfolio of products. So it's not possible to fit every product into the Demesne catalogue. So please ask if you do think, okay, that's just sparked some kind of thought in my head. You're welcome to speak to any of the Demesne guys, or my contact details are also included here, so you'll be able to speak to me directly. We don't deal direct, we always deal through our partner Demesne. They're very trusted partners, and we've got a great level of trust between us. So a bit about the product series. So we've got, as you can see, classical monitoring devices, timing devices, all green, all with a black front and small green little buttons that you can change with a screwdriver. So we've got Enya, which is a 17.5 or a 35mm DIN rail mounted device. VO, which is a 22.5mm device. Gamma, which is also 22.5 or 45mm device. And then Kappa, which is a 38mm width. This is all width, by the way. Plug-in device, so that's an 11-pin plug-in device. That's the range: Enya, VO, Gamma, and Kappa. And in that range, we have timing relays, so multifunction, 4-function, single-function devices. We also have monitoring relays, so classically voltage monitoring, current monitoring, temperature, and liquid level. So for all of these 4 ranges, we've got timing relays, we've got monitoring relays. In the Gamma range, we've also got power monitoring relays. So a little bit about the product highlights, and the product range is kind of repeated, but there are different standards to each product. So for instance, the Enya has got a 5-amp relay inside, whereas the Gamma has got an 8-amp relay inside. So depending on what you need, we've got the answer for most applications that you require. Okay, just a short interlude about some of our heroes. So and you'll see these in the Demesne catalogue. So Sensact, firstly, is a compact monitoring module. So what do we mean by that? Well, The top device, it looks like a standard CT, but in fact it isn't. It's a power monitor, so you can connect up the voltage on the back of the product, and then also pass the wire, a single wire, through the core. It's a bidirectional device, galvanically separated, but it allows you to monitor power, so true power, active power, reactive power. And then the device below, which again looks like an Enya product, but that's a three-phase power monitoring device. We have connections at the top and the bottom, and again that allows you to monitor power. And also the good thing about both of these devices is they have Modbus RTU connection, so you can connect up to any HMI or to a PC or to a PLC, and you can see what the power is on the products that you're monitoring. And also, what's not mentioned here, but there is a small plug-in dongle which programs these products, so you don't have to individually program all of the products. If you want 50 products programming, you can flash program each product just by the use of a dongle and the plug-in wires which go into the devices itself. Then we've got NA003 M64. So this is a grid disconnection device. It monitors voltage and frequency. What it does is it checks the network, and if the network is okay to accept the power that you're feeding into it, then it allows you to, but if it's not, it disconnects. This is all based on the certification, the standards that your particular country rules by. So we have certification for this device for Europe. We have it also for Australia, for South Africa, and also for the UK, which of course is not part of Europe, but we'll not go there. But yeah, we cover mainland Europe and most of the world, but it's a 64 memory device, so we've got capability to expand the usage of this product, because not all the memory places are taken up at this time. Where do we sell it? We sell it all over the world, really. We sell it in Europe. We've sold it into South America, big sales in Australia, and also Scandinavia. So it's a very good device. And then finally, V4IA 100 amp. This is a flexible device, AC and DC current measurement, and a transducer, but a little bit more about that later. So, what to look for when you're buying monitoring relays? So, what I would like you to think about is, we know that all you guys out there are either control panel manufacturers or your end users, but what you normally need to look for when you've got a monitoring relay is, if you say two examples. If you're protecting a motor, you might want to use voltage monitoring. You would also probably want to use phase failure. On top of that, you'd maybe phase sequence and asymmetry to check that the motor's rotating in the right direction. You might also want to monitor the temperature of the motor that's actually working, just to see whether you're going to overheat or not. So our devices, we've got a solution in all ranges, in Enya, VO, in Gamma, and in Kappa. You also might want to look at monitoring a pump. So, the worst thing in the world is for a pump to run dry. So we can offer differing solutions for current monitoring of a pump. Also, you might want to give good duty cycle to your pumps. So we've got a range of pump alternators in all three product ranges, in Enya, in VO, and in Gamma. And finally, if you want to protect your pump, you want to make sure that the level is always full in your reservoir so that your pump doesn't run dry. if a pump runs dry, we all know that the cost of replacing the pump is huge compared to the relative cost of a monitoring device, which is, you know, you're talking about maybe couple of £100 for a sophisticated monitoring device. But we can give you that kind of solution as well. Is there more? Yeah, there is more. I'd just like you to have a quick think about this one. This is a very, very simple solution, but we all know that the control voltage in a cubicle changes. It could be that you're operating at 24 volts, you could be at 110 volts. So what we can offer you is quite a space-saving solution. So as we know, not all the voltages are the same, but it would be ideal if we could operate all of the products in the cubicle at the same voltage. We can do that if you take the Gamma device. It gives you a lot of flexibility because we have a full range of products. So say in your cubicle you want to have a voltage monitor, you want to have a current monitor, but it may be that you want to have a few different current monitors. You're monitoring different things. What you can do is you can take the Gamma device, and these two black modules at the bottom, we call them TR2 and TR3. Depending on the width of your product, if you've got a 22.5 millimeter product, you just take a TR2, and that ranges anywhere from 24 volts all the way up to 440 volts AC. So say you want 110, you only need to buy one product, and you just need to purchase a small plug-in transformer. So that allows you to keep multiples of the same product on your shelf, but not vary in different voltage ranges. So if you want a current monitor, you don't need to put a 24 volt range in and a 110 and a 240. You just need the same product and just purchase some small TR2s, which is really useful. So yeah, that's just another small flexibility that we can give you. So what can a telemonitoring relay do for you and for your customers? So let's have a look at this. As I said earlier, we do quite a lot with wind farms. So one main application we've got is when you don't want to use the actual windmill itself. You need to stop the windmill, and you need to turn the fan blades out of the direction of the wind. Otherwise, the windmill will keep on going. So I don't know if anybody who have had the possibility to go to Vienna, but there are a lot of wind farms in use around the city in Vienna. And Tele being an Austrian company, we're very fortunate that we've been placed in a lot of wind farms around the area. So we provide voltage monitoring, which looks at the battery status, and what that does is you just make sure that whenever you want to turn the fan blades out of the direction of the wind, you've got sufficient energy to do that when it's not being used. Also on the top, when you're landing at night into Vienna airport, you'll see lots of red blinking lights, flashing lights, and we have current monitoring devices in the wind farms which make sure that the lights lit. Very important for any pilot flying into Vienna. So yeah, so that's where we move into in wind farms. Also looking at dairy production. So interesting application we have in Canada where a farmer had not got enough water in a well to be able to water his cattle, so I had to use a water tanker every day to fill up the well. So what we did is we provided him with the E1ZMLA product, and what this did in conjunction with a pressure switch and a pump that was in the barn, when a signal was sent to the pump would pump water from the well into the trough so that the animals could be fed. But with a second trough, the problem is one trough wasn't enough. When the animals drank the water, then you had to wait some time to fill up the trough. So with the pump alternator, you can simple application, but you can keep both troughs adequately full so that the animals don't go without water. So, or another application, if you look at hospitals, so our voltage monitoring systems are used in the backup batteries that you need in hospitals. Everybody knows, especially at this point in our life, hospitals have been a big help and still are critical. So many critical care units need backup batteries so that just in case of a power outage, that they can still operate the systems efficiently. So the V4i can do that. And also an ENU device, which is used in ventilation systems. So basically, if power goes and you need to keep ventilated, then that device monitors ventilation, monitors the voltage and then keeps the ventilation going. And also will give an alarm, so to say that the power has been lost. A little bit about V4IA, which I said earlier. So just a few points about it. It monitors and measures current with no contacts. So it has 6 integrated analog outputs. So it's got a unipolar, 3 unipolar outputs and 3 bipolar outputs. 4 ranges, 25, 50, 75 and 100 amps, AC/DC. 100% isolation. So the wire passes through. There's galvanic isolation up to 6 kV. And it's just a really good device that's very safe device and very multifunctional device. Good in charging stations for electrical cars, so you can see, because it's bi-directional measurements, you can see if you're charging or discharging, so you can see what the state of the battery is. It's got uses in photovoltaic systems, also in wind power again, and many more applications as well. A good thing about it, it's DIN rail mounted. So if you're going from one cable tray to the next cable tray, there's no need for an additional CT, because the CT is inbuilt. It's a 15mm diameter wire, so it'll measure easily up to 100 amps. But the wire goes straight through the device, so it's very space saving and gives you a lot more versatility there. So. And then, if there's nothing there, that's only a small taster of what we do. But if there's nothing there that catches your eye, maybe this part might do. This is something that we brought in over the last 18 months. And yes, as I said earlier, we've got a state-of-the-art machine park. We've got nearly 60 years worth of electronic development and production knowledge. You've got me very close by. I speak English, so you've got a good personal contact. But a little bit more about the separate process steps. So EMS is our electrical manufacturing service. And I'll just show you this next slide. So this is the guy who is most responsible for our EMS. And what EMS is all about is, it may be that you think, I could really do with this product manufacturing and I don't know who to turn to do it. It may be that you've got a design of a product which you've got in your mind already, but you need to make the transition into production. Or it may be that you've made a prototype yourself and you need somebody to go into production. So we can provide all of those services. We've got everything on board. We have a small PCB manufacturing plant. So I mean, it manufactures small PCBs. It's actually a large plant. We've also got the floor soldering facilities, robotic test facilities. We've got logistics. We've got everything that you might possibly need to either develop or design or produce a product for you. So that's one thing that we've been doing. We've had great success. Many of our customers have already approached us and asked us for various different product manufacturers. So that might be something that's of interest to you, that you might have something in your mind and think, okay, and of course, speak to Demesne about this, because they will point you in our direction, but they're involved completely all the way through the process. Okay, and finally, just a little note there that's my contact details. I'm available directly, by telephone. I'm based in the UK, so I'm in the same time zone as you guys. But that's my email address. You're more than welcome to contact me directly if you've got any questions, or also through Paul or through Dave or through any of the Demesne guys. They all know me quite well. As I say, we've been working together since 2007. We have a good relationship, and I'm sure I've met quite a lot of you before, but hopefully we'll meet you again soon at the next trade show. Okay, thank you very much for that.